Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Missouri Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Alabama's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. To the ground with the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Makes the grab over the middle. Breaks into the open. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Still running at the 40. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Sanders. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Hauls it in. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Got the back over the middle. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive.
It's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Works the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. The Tigers offense will go to work for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Missouri wants to go fast.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Bringing the heat. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree.
Turning it on! Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24, moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing it.
He's got it down the right side. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
And they give him enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the 1st. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to keep it in the air. He's got the back in the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, the offense is trying to get aggressive, and they're trying to hit the corner route, but just better coverage on the back end by the defense, knocking that one away.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's ripped. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on 3rd and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up 1st and goal.
He's got him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A pass in these tight quarters, if you're going to put the ball up, you'd like to think that you'd either have space or get it downfield a little bit.
Yeah, I like the defense understanding where the end zone is and then defending that line. It's okay to make the catch. You just got to make sure you get the ball carrier down in the field of play.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Wide out, trying to get it in. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay a big difference.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Give to the running back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Looking downfield, it's Patterson. Unleashes one. Pulls it in. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Kennedy. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. And the Tigers have this offense rolling. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Power football with the run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Fires left. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost one down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those... in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
Here's the pressure. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this third and long. Looking to throw, it's Patterson. Release to the back. Makes the grab down the middle. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Missouri comes up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Missouri wants to go fast. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
quarterback is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire on second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes a grab past the marker. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Across the 25, he's got room. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Gets it to the back. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He wants to throw it again. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown time! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove.
Looking to take a shot. Just let him a little too far across the sidelines. Couldn't make the catch in bounds. It's incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back to the 16.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're just about ready to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out and get a stop and change the complexity of this game.
And this offense, man, it's just been a struggle. Everything's been hard so far through the air, and they can't get the passing game going. Something has to bust loose. They got to get something going to create some momentum and some kind of urgency in this offense.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Punt is on its way. Takes it on the return. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. Slithers into space. Got the first down and more. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. From the gun. That's looking for the goal line. Give him 6. Touchdown, Alabama! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
On the run from inside his own 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7.
There he goes. Smashes ahead. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Now on the option. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Complete. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Look out, he's got room. He's run out of bounds at the 23 after the big gainer. The Tigers are on the move.
And that's just how they drew it up. Nice job by the QB. Listen, 4th and short, this is a tough situation. You want to keep it as a quarterback. He makes the right read. They stick their foot in the ground, and they get the first down. Not by much, but they get a new set of downs.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give on the inside. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead, boy, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He'll start this drive firing. Catch in the middle, it's Sanders. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Under fire. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bama! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in CUSA, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kennesaw State is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking to pass. It's Patterson. Finds his target down the middle. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. Missouri wants to go fast. Off the play fake. Going deep. Makes the grab at the 30. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too. After they do that, they come after your quarterback, and they try to get that sucker on the ground.
They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on games.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. And And after that last score, this is just a two-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Leaves it with the running back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short.
Get set, get set.
Back to pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. It's complete on the right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. The give to the single back. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Sanders. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards, maybe. 2nd and 7.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
Talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. The final period starts with a 2nd down play. Quarterback making checks. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Second down, he'll throw it. The throw to the outside is complete. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. A little release to the back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Looking to throw, it's Patterson. Going to try to get it himself. Makes the catch. Brought down. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
The give to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there, it didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Defense wrestles him to the ground. And the Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Send the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap on third down. Here comes the heat. He's got his man. He'll be brought down, but it'll move the chains for Mizzou. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the heat. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. defense dropping into soft coverage. To the air on second down. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
It's caught downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Missouri! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And with the extra point, they now trail 35-24. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. UTEP is down right now inside the Sun Bowl, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in El Paso. They're trailing by 11 to Wyoming. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Moving closer to the red zone. It's at the 27 on first down.
29 Philly.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got it into the red zone. Dragged down at the 18-yard line.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Gives it on the option. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. That ball's incomplete. They had the screen all set up, and he couldn't hang on to the ball.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
He wants to change this route. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle. It's Sanders. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. All wideouts, no backs. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Patterson. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grabbed over the middle, it's Kennedy. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Tigers will hustle to the line.
Yeah, you're just running out of time where you can have these small gains where the clock continues to run. This offense definitely got to have some urgency. Down, late in the game. I need to force some plays, Palmer, probably down the field.
And if you're the defense, you can have that all day. We're going to play big zones. We're going to keep the ball in front of us. We've got the lead. You're going to have to make catches like that and make us miss. But you want to keep throwing those little dink and dunk throws? Have at it, because if you keep doing that, we're going to win the game.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking downfield on first down. It's a fumble on the play. Oh, they are fortunate to get that fumble back, but the clock is still ticking, and they've got to go and go now. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Now on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man in the middle. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. To the air, it's Patterson. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle, it's Kennedy. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And he gets the fumble back, but that clock is still an enemy. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.